Alright, what's going on, everyone? It's Official Word here again. Doing some Legend League hits, Fireball Rocket Balloons for you guys. And yeah, I got a new iPad. You'll see that in the attack as I've got, the double deployment bar. I'm super excited. And let's just see what we can do with it today. Alright, heading into the first one here. We got a nice base for Fireball. I'm looking for some Flame Flinger value. And I might be able to get in for this. Yeah, I think I'll try and get this Archer Tower and Scatter Shot with a Flame Flinger. Come in for the top side, and if I could fireball that Ricochet Cannon, that would be money. So let's do that right here. I'll start with the Flame Flinger, taking out the Mortar. That's nice, nice, nice. Coming in now from the top side with my Warden. I'm going to get ready to, I'm sending a couple of these balloons to tank that Archer Tower. Multi-Archer Tower to lower its damage, but it will also take that down to funnel my Warden down. So that's a really, really good use of those rocket balloons. Yeah, I don't have to zoom in as much. It should be awesome to multitask with this iPad. I'm super, super excited. I think my Warden will step up to that Builder Hut, but I'll give him the Bomb Tower as an option just in case. He's actually going to finish right here. Yeah. So I think he'll stop on this Builder Hut. Okay, he gets to the Scatter, so one more defense he gets to. I don't know if he's going to go to those Wizard Towers, so I'll just take it down to be safe. Now I should be good with this. There's the nice, boom, we hit the core. Beautiful, beautiful setup right there. We got the enemy queen about to be engaged. Head under was a little too early right there. Did absolutely nothing. And I'll spend my first rage. It'll help getting into the Ricochet Cannon. My Warden should roll around up top there toward the Town Hall. And yeah, I just got to get my heroes into this monolith. Sometimes I snipe it off early, but I can't really do that here just because of how many other defenses are around it. And it's actually fine because, yeah, if I could just funnel my heroes in, yeah, we're doing fine here. I got 2 freezes. And this one's looking absolutely, absolutely crushed. I don't even think I'm going to need my Royal Champ in this one. And yeah. That was a really nice fireball. If you can just land a fireball on these bases, yeah, usually you crush them. Look how easy it is to see my Warden. Yeah, there's the spiky ball for Town Hall again. Let's just finish this one up.
Every time I try to fit in, it ends up in misery, yeah. Socializing doesn't fit me, but I can get away so easy.
All right, hopping into the second one here. That was really nice. Really, really actually awesome getting that bigger screen there. I didn't even really have to zoom around. That was really fun. So I'm really excited for this to keep this going. This one doesn't have a very nice fireball, I'm not going to lie. Hitting the multi in the core doesn't get the other multi, but it does get the clan castle on, so that's always decent. And therefore, I think that's my fireball. I think I'm going to try and fireball that multi. I'm going to come in from 3 o'clock. I couldn't find a flame flinger on this base, but coming in from 3 o'clock because if I can hit this clan, I can stay further away from the clan castle by charging here versus at the other side, and the fireball still gets it. So, yeah, sorry for the chair right there. Need to get a better chair. I kind of want my Warden to go down, so I'm going to take down that Builder Hut. Hopefully in time. Nice. Perfect. Because if he goes down here, I should stay out of the damage. I guess I'm in the Scatter Shot right there anyway, but this is actually nice. I'll rage up because if I can get through the Scatter Shot, there goes the jelly, unfortunately. See what we can do right here. If I can take down that Wizard Tower. I'm going for the enemy queen. Just a simple invis, invis, invis. Probably didn't even need that many. We take down the clan castle, not too much else. Yeah, actually going away from the town hall here would be beautiful if my Warden can keep going up here. Don't know if those 4 balloons are going to catch him. Yeah, they're way too far. But they might walk in right here. Yep, beautiful. Unfortunately, the Expo is 1 HP that I left. He almost got it down, which would have been just nice since it was already there. I'm wait for that to go down, see if I can target the Inferno. I didn't, but that's okay. And yeah, here we go. I'm going to start my... The corners are actually harder to get to, though, like scrolling. So that is one thing I've noticed. But yeah, we should walk in here. I'm down a healer, so I do got to be careful. I really got to freeze that gear tower early. Yep. Let's see, right here. Still rolling. Okay, there's my freeze. I'll rage it. Headhunter comes in, but it's kind of useless at this point. I mean, the big key right here is just trying to keep this all alive. My Warden's staying up really, really nicely. My Queen's rolling on through. Try and sneak. None of these wall breakers are going absolutely anywhere. Yeah, there's a lot of damage on this back end. Oh, not a lot, but a decent amount. So I'm going to send my Royal Champion into kind of that Fire Spitter area with a Rage. That'll really help kind of speed that up. Not on her at the moment, so I should have placed that a little further back. Yeah, I think we're looking good here. My World Champion and Warden, I think, will solo all the rest of this without too many issues. Yeah, RC moves in there. She is invisible. As soon as she becomes visible, I'll freeze that up, and we'll 3-star. All right. That one wasn't like overkill, but there wasn't much fireball value. So yeah, that's totally fine with me to still get the triple on that one. This one here looks a lot better. If I can hit that gear tower, I can get both spitters from behind. There would be the monolith in that core though, which would be a little annoying. So yeah, I think I'm going to set up a flame flinger at 6 because that should walk in and get the multi, which might get the gear tower. So I'm definitely going to set up a flame flinger, which means I'll charge my Warden from 3 o'clock. Yeah, I gotta kind of get this going here. Just testing for any Tesla. Charging in from 3 o'clock just because there's a single on the other side, and I just don't really want to deal with that. I'll use rocket balloons probably to snipe it off later. I wouldn't mind still fireballing that fire spitter because I'm not going to get there with my Warden or with my flinger. So it'll still be up, and that would get the clan castle, which I would always love to get. Just checking for Teslas behind that. There isn't any. Okay, nice. I got a rage right here. Warden's in a bit of heat, but he looks like he's chilling through this. Yeah, we're chilling. I might actually, the Expo will be a good fireball too, because I don't really need to get the gear tower because I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to be getting. Yeah, we'll hit right here. All I need is a double invis, nice and smooth right here. Beautiful, beautiful. We get the clan castle. Okay, that's looking smooth. If I can pull my Warden up, which also should be easy here. Sometimes 3 works with the jelly, but I've actually missed that also many times, so I'm just going to use 4. Warden actually steps outside the base beautifully there, so he's not going to get into the monolith, which is what I was worried about. So that was just, I don't know if that was luck, but yeah, that was really nice pathing by the Warden. He's going to get up into the kind of the town hall area here, but I have rocket balloons to relieve his damage a bit. What I'm going to do is usually I go heroes between, but I'm actually going to go heroes right here because, yeah, if I can get my heroes into behind the fire spitter versus in front of them, that's always nice. I'm going to send a couple balloons to lessen that damage on him just for the time being. He's going to go out to that, but then back in right here. Druids are in, Queen ability to keep her up. Got to invis the Warden right here. I fully missed him. Another rage is in. Wow, he's still up. That was kind of clutch. I fully missed that, and we're still good. Sending in a couple balloons, like I said I was going to, onto that single. That's always better than, my Warden charging it. Could have sent balloons when my Warden was on it as well, but, didn't want to risk that. And we'll finish this one up probably without the Royal Champion as well. All right, into the next one here. Yeah, I don't see much flame flinger on this base. This one's all about the fireball. You gotta land it, and you're good. I think I'll come from the top side because the king's a little bit better than the minion prince. I want to hit the scatter. I really don't like kind of going in right here. I think actually what I'm going to do is I'll come from the bottom because the town hall can be a little scary. And from this bottom side, I might be able to hit that middle multi-archer tower decently easily, especially if I can funnel my Warden here kind of to stay around the left. So I'm going to try and do. I don't know if it'll work, but I think it should right here. He'll just go either, I think, to the mortar. Yep, beautiful, beautiful. Yep, we keep going in right here. I'll rage because, yep, we get into the Royal Champion. There's a fully missed freeze on her. I think he should be fine through this. Nice jest, but the rage does have a lot of help right here through the healers, so just swagged a freeze. I got to be a little bit better with that. Yeah, I'm going to set up to hit that archer tower. We get it. Beautiful. I missed the gear tower in the core. That was a sell because that'd be a nice defense to get down. Fortunately, there's no builder huts right there, and I think we'll be okay to get through that anyway. But yeah, you really got to take down what your fireball hits, so that was definitely unfortunate. I want my Warden to go left really, really badly here. I'm not sure if he's going to, though. I'll pull him left then, because I'm going to try and snipe out that monolith. Nice, we pulled the thing right there, so I'm going to try and snipe out this monolith. I think the balloons are too far, so I'm going to use 4 of them. They're too far to pull the Warden is what I mean. Nice, now I can wrap my queen around, which is also too far to pull the Warden. So that's nice. And we know we got that kind of 1 HP building in the core, so even just the death damage of a balloon, I think will kill that. So I'm going to try and do that right here. Try and see if I can sneak one in. Wasted a bit of the haste right there, so it might not get in. Yeah, I'll try again right here. Gonna get a nice rage. Nice, actually, the queen tanked enough. Yeah, king, not really gonna open the queen's walls right there. That's usually what I like to try and do, is open up her access, and it didn't, but that's okay. Warden's cruising here. Just gonna check for any traps because otherwise my Warden clears this. And yeah, let's finish this one up too. All right, we're doing really well today. Let's try and keep that up. I'm seeing maybe flame flinger value. There's those ground and air expo, but yeah, once again, everything's about this core. We can hit that and we're good. So let's see what we can do here. I like hitting that archer tower on the right if I can. That'll get both. I don't think it'll get the far spitter, but it gets the clan castle. So I'm going to try and charge in from this corner because it's on the RC, which is a little easier. The single shouldn't be too much trouble because I'm going to rage. He solos it with a rage, and wouldn't really need it for the expo, but it's always nice. And there's the RC. Like, there's just a couple of things the rage really benefits here. So instead of trying to use multiple spells or lots of balloons, I'm just going to use the rage. I don't like the ricochet right there. Going to stop the headhunter, but it's enough that I slowed down the headhunter, or slowed down the RC, that it doesn't do enough damage. So we're fine here. Since Warden will take that down, and then I think end because of the poison slowing him down. Yeah, we'll take down the builder hut right there. Beautiful, beautiful. I think he'll go direct. Oh, shoot, I didn't see the spell tower. I have to use a third invis. That would have been really nice with 2 invis. But I missed the poison spell tower because it was dark. I think I'm going to pull my Warden down right here just because I don't want him to get near the fire spitter, and the monolith even in itself is scary. Okay, those balloons are targeting that stupid spell tower. So I'm going up top here. Really trying to keep my Warden away from those. Nice, I pulled a Mega Mine. Want to keep him away from that if I can. I don't really know if I have any control over that. Yeah, we're going to go into all the heroes with my heroes, which I really like. Nice. Warden does go up, which is exactly what I was hoping. Starting the siege barracks right here. Keeping an eye on the Warden. Look how easy it is to keep an eye on everything right here. Otherwise, you could lose your Warden to that multi-archer tower. So this is beautiful, beautiful. Just got to keep an eye for the enemy queen. That's what I'm ready for, because that's the Warden's really only target over here. Let's see, I'll just poison her. I don't really like using the clan castle spells so that they don't have to be donated to me again. Like, it's like swagging your world champion, except then you don't actually have to donate them. Like, these are useful swags, but, you know, I still want the triple. So I'm going to use it on the queen right there. My queen's rolling. This one looks absolutely, absolutely smashed. Wall breakers are continuing to do well. And yeah, let's wrap this one up.
I'm solo dancing on your body, crazy on my own, but all in. I can feel the eyes all staring, but I don't care about them saying I was born a misfit. Don't go with the cool kids, it's all overrated.
Let's try and keep that up. It's tough to flame flinger that top because of the heroes. Otherwise, that'd be amazing value. That's why the heroes are there. But what I think I'm going to... Oh, shoot. I did not mean to place my Warden right there. Luckily, he's not into too much damage. Now we're going to really have to just try and make up a plan right here on the fly. Let's see how good I am. With Ingenuity, I'll freeze because I didn't like how slow of a rage I placed that. If I'd placed it early, I think it would have been fine. I'm going to pull the CC with the Warden, which is always really unfortunate. The problem here is, a fireball into that core just would have been lovely. I don't think I can get that. I would have wanted to start at the top side if I even did this entry, because avoiding the clan castle would be nice. But, it wasn't on purpose that I did this. So we're trying to fix it right here. Nice, actually, that the clan castle did get pulled, because I know that means the other side is the ice golem. And just a poison will really slow that down, and I can set up my fireball. You can't be too greedy, and so I'm just going to go for the spitter right there because it's decent value. It's quite good, and yeah, you can't go too greedy because then you'll get nothing. My Warden absolutely needs to stay left right here because that raged up compartment will be way too much for him, whereas this kind of thinned outside, I know it's kind of towards the spitter, but that thinned outside won't be too bad. Yep, so we're getting my Warden in right here. I want him to take out that storage so he can kind of move and go left. There we go. Just so I knew my heroes wouldn't have a chance of pulling him, because if you pull him, that's really, really bad. Yep, Warden's rolling nicely right here. Another balloon to kind of get that deeper funnel. Yep, we're looking pretty decent right here. I'm trying to protect those headhunters. Heroes are rolling through this nicely. Popping King ability because he wasn't going to get much further anyway. Nice. Double druids come in. Queen ability. See if I can wall break that corner. Beautiful. So Warden now is just going in to the monolith. Freeze it right here. He's not going for it yet. I might have to use my Royal Champion in this one. Oh, hopefully that giant doesn't pull my Warden. Nice. So yeah, we're gonna probably, we'll see here. I think if the giant, actually it doesn't even matter if he clears out, the Warden will. There's not too much air down there. Yeah, I think we're gonna swag my Royal Champion on this one actually. Let's go. Through 6 hits right here. Very interesting base. Wouldn't be too bad to get a fireball into one of these spitters, but let's look. Obviously, naturally, huge flame flinger value over here at 9 o'clock actually. So let's make sure we utilize that, and then I could maybe Warden from 6, because then I can, I think, get into that nicely. So yeah, I'm gonna take down the mortars. I don't know if I need to, but it'll kind of test for traps as well. We're setting up the flame flinger. I guess, not that many people will run it, because if you're using any sort of Root Rider or Dragon Army, you don't bring a flame flinger. Like sometimes in war they might, but like when you're not planning your hits, you're not really bringing one, because that's just not on most bases, or like not optimal for the army. But yeah, for me, this is crucial. Like it can provide so much value, as you'll see in this hit. It is kind of going to carry me. I mean, I'm going to get a decent fireball still, but like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get that ricochet cannon, because yeah, the both expos are right there. But this should be pretty smooth. I want to see where my Warden finishes, because if he finishes right here, which I think he will, yep, I'm going to just take down that archer tower so that he doesn't hit that direction. Then I can only need a double invis. So that saves me a spell. Stuff like that, just, not crucial, but just all those little tips add up and help your attacks go really smoothly. So once again, I usually like to send my heroes between my Warden and Flame Flinger, but I'm going to pull my Warden this way or not. Yeah, he's in the core right here, and I don't want him to go that direction, but it doesn't seem like I have that much control over him at the moment. I only have 4 rocket balloons, so I'm going to hold on to them, because he should naturally go left here. There's just nothing on the right. It's a lot of damage for him, but I think as soon as he leaves the spitter, shouldn't be too bad. Take down that air defense. I'm going to rage him up right here just so I know he's good for a bit and start pushing in. Usually, like I was saying, I like my heroes to go between the Warden and Flame Flinger, but on this particular base, my Warden can't really get into all this, and to help like my heroes can get into it decently easily, so I'm just going to push them straight through this. Didn't want that spitter on my healers, and it's still there, so I'm going to freeze it up once again, and the Rage Tower, which now pops. There's Queen and Druids. Headhunter is sneaking, but they might be too late. Still, he is on my healers. That is so annoying. I am going to have to use the World Champion in this one to finish up the backside, but nevertheless, we will still finish it up, which is a triple in the books, and we'll take that. And into the final hit of the day. Let's lock in for this one. Okay. There could be some Flame Flinger value if I took down that Expo. Don't know if I want to take that, though. Just because I think it'll just give me those 2 defenses, and that I don't think is enough to take down all those, use all the balloons taking down the Expo for. Instead, I'm going to come in from the bottom here. This will be interesting for sure, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to come in from the bottom because if I come in right here, check for any Tesla. Nice, exactly why I did that. What I'm going to do is get my Warden similar side, which is usually weird, but it allows me, I'm going to freeze under this Ricochet as I push in, get the Queen in it. I'll Rage because I'm going to be in those defenses. It allows me to get 2 big defenses without, which is what I would have gotten from the other side, except I would have had to invest so many balloons taking it down. Warden goes down here, which is not ideal. The only good news is that I do have a decent Flame Flinger working, but yeah, I did not want to lose my Warden there. I should have just invised. Better be safe than sorry, but, once again, not listening to that. Going to cost me here, but we're going to try and wrap, see what I can do. This is just kind of tough to go in towards those heroes up there. Like, that just doesn't look good at all. So, okay, I thought maybe a wall break on the corner was going to work right there. I think she'll step in maybe to get the air defense, actually. No, not quite. I was hoping that would take down that building and force her in. Didn't. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is really try and sneak my king in right here because, yeah, if he can get in, maybe he can open the walls, I'm thinking, for my queen, and that'll really, really help. So I'll Rage right here, just nice. I wanted to get the Headhunter for sure. Really nice Ice Golem, actually. Oh, shoot. The Scatter Shot hit at the perfect time. You're kidding me. Okay, there's a nice wall break. That'll kind of force them in. So that gives my queen access to most of the base. I don't want my Royal Champion to go right into the CC. That's the problem here. I think king might turn in. Nice. That's beautiful. So at least we got that working for me. Nice. Okay, so Flinger will pop, but then go get the Monolith, which is huge. There's opened up by the queen. Druids come in. Gonna pop this right here. Poison onto the furnace. And I think actually we're gonna wrap this one up. Huge. So that concludes a perfect day, 320 once again. I was a little worried because my defense has been getting creamed today, but that means regardless a plus 10, which is nice because yesterday I did take a -9. I had a couple poor attacks, just not paying attention to my time. So today, really, really good. It's still early season, but I like to get the practice in just to kind of keep me fresh for later in the season. So really, really doesn't matter right now, but it's just nice practice, I guess, to keep it fresh for when late season starts to come around. So yeah, really, really happy with today's results. I'm super excited for playing on this iPad, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know in the comments if there's anything you'd like to see with different armies, different style, like maybe you like the 8 lives better, maybe you like the 4 replays and 4 lives. Do you like the shorter videos, longer videos? Just talk to me. I answer every single comment. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Peace.